This is the 2025 Nissan Armada. And no, it's no longer rocking that V8, but you do get a twin turbocharged V6 with over 500 pound-feet of torque. And it can tow 8,500 pounds. It's bigger, tougher looking, way more modern inside, and finally has the tech to compete with the big names. But the question is it enough to shake up the full-size SUV segment, or is it just playing catch-up? Let's take it for a drive and see if the new Armada actually delivers, and figure out if this $80,000 SUV just looks good. Fast forward to 2025 and things have finally come full circle. The new generation Armada is now built on the same platform as the global Patrol, and it actually looks almost identical. You're getting the Patrol's rugged bones and design, but with a North American twist. Different trims, a more luxury focus, and of course, all the big SUV expectations we have over here. So yeah, this isn't just a facelift, it's basically a Patrol, finally rebadged and repackaged just for us. And while the outside screams Patrol, what's under the hood is a big shift too. Gone is that old 5.6 liter V8, and in its place is a twin turbocharged 3.5 liter V6 engine, very similar to the Nissan GT-R. That's smaller, it's lighter, and it's actually more powerful. You get 425 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and it's actually pretty good. Very quick to shift. It also sounds really good too, and that turbo is rather loud. I actually like it a lot. It's more than enough power for your day-to-day commute and pretty much everything that you're going to tackle in this car, or truck actually. It does come standard with rear-wheel drive in the US. You can get the available all-wheel drive, and if you're going to get the Pro 4X trim, you get standard 4-wheel drive. And this thing is a tank, which means I just went off the tarmac onto gravel and I couldn't even feel the texture difference. Let's come to a full stop here, do a quick launch control. It's rated for 6.3 seconds brake boost. Wow, that front end really lifts. And that is 60 right there. Pretty good, considering how big this thing is. It is fairly zippy, and the steering has a good amount of weight to it. There isn't that much feedback, but that's pretty much expected in this class. I like how it feels though. It's quick to respond, it's sharp, and kind of unexpected. This thing is actually so planted. I'm shocked how well it handles, because this thing is a tank. Again, you can also tow 8,500 pounds with this thing. Pretty damn solid. You also get a stiffer chassis now. You get 25% more torsional rigidity and 57% more lateral stiffness. You also get your optional air suspension, which you can control here. There's an auto button for it, and it actually goes down pretty low. It actually looks like it's bagged when you're parked up, but if you do plan on going off-roading, you can also raise it. You actually get a bunch of different drive modes. You get 8 different drive modes and your hill descent control here. And let's throw it into sport actually. The suspension should stiffen up, yeah. You can already feel bumps a bit more. It's also insanely smooth. Let's throw it back into normal mode, and you'll notice how damn quiet it is in here, because the sound insulation is amazing, especially the fact that it is a huge box of a car. You'd expect a lot of wind noise, but you get nothing. There's actually buffeting going on outside, and even compared to something like the Land Cruiser or the Lexus GX 550, which is also pretty much the same shape, those scream when you're going down the road compared to this, because the insulation here is like no other. It's a fortress on wheels, and when you pair it with these super comfy NASA-inspired design seats with the massage feature, the massage is okay. It's not the greatest thing, but when you get all that together, it is such a pleasant experience just driving this car. It is a body-on-frame truck, but you forget that it is sometimes. When you're going over little bumps like this right now, you get a little bit of low-frequency vibrations coming through the cabin, just like you would in a truck, but it does such a good job of refining out everything. It feels like a sedan almost. It's just very relaxing, and there's actually not that much body roll. Considering how high up you're sitting, it stays very well planted. And again, lots of power, pull you out of a corner. It handles well, it's comfy, there's really not much to complain about. You also get your Pro Pilot 2.1, which is impressive. It's better than the Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and every single other Japanese car out there in terms of how advanced the system is. It stays dead on center in the lane, automatic lane changing. You can drive right through the city without even touching the wheel once. It makes this thing a legitimate road tripper. Highway mileage is the same as the V8. You get 19 miles per gallon in this all-wheel drive version, and city mileage went up significantly from 15 to 18 miles per gallon, and we've been averaging 18.5 miles per gallon, which is right on the money. Not bad for a tank of a vehicle. You forget how big this thing is too. Parked to the XC90, which is a big 7-seater SUV, this thing dwarfs that. And there's a lot of safety features here to hold your hand, and you get a really good 360 camera that even shows you underneath the car. From the outside, the Nissan Armada gets a full redesign, and it finally looks as tough as it drives. You've got a bold new front end with squared off grille, signature C-shaped LED lights, and a more upright patrol-inspired stance. Along the side, you get a more sculpted bodywork, which gives it a cleaner, more premium feel, especially with these available 22-inch wheels and optional two-tone paint. Around the back, you get this full-width LED light bar and a simplified rear bumper that kind of ties everything together. If you go for the Pro 4X trim, you get an even more rugged design with blacked-out trim, all-terrain tires, red tow hooks, and a locking rear diff, and extra ground clearance. Compared to the QX80, which is essentially the same car, this looks a bit less wealthy and fancy, but it actually looks better in my opinion, especially with this rugged truck appearance that it has. Overall, the new Armada finally looks like a proper mix of family SUV and a serious off-roader, and it actually backs that up. The interior is surprisingly luxurious. You don't expect this from a Nissan. Nice and soft touches everywhere, leather and stitching throughout. You get these quilted leather seats that are so comfy. They're inspired by NASA design, so they just feel great. They also have massage function here, which is kind of just an inflatable thing, so they're not the best, but it's there. You get ventilated seats and heated seats as well, and your heated steering wheel. I like the mix of physical buttons here. It makes it very practical and very easy to use everything. There's enough buttons and enough screens, which just feels right. You can also control both screens with this steering wheel control, depending on which side you click. That's kind of cool. You get your physical drive mode controller here, your 4 high, 4 low, and auto mode here, as well as your shifter buttons. I would prefer a rotary dial, but this clears up a bunch of space here. And you get your easy access to your camera button here, which brings you to these massive 14.3-inch display. You get 2 of them. You get one here and your infotainment screen, which is actually pretty fast, no lag at all. You get a bunch of tech here. You get a built-in dash cam using the front and rear camera, and you also get an interior facing camera, and then you also get an infrared sensor to tell your body temp, so it adjusts your climate based on how warm you are, which is very high tech. You also get your built-in Google Assistant and Google Maps here. You get a wireless charger, 2 USB-C ports here, 2 cup holders, and opening the center console, there is a ton of space here as well. And then down here, you get storage for a purse or something and a 12-volt outlet. It's a very good blend of practical features and luxury inside the Armada. Climbing into the second row, there is plenty of space back here. You get your own climate control system back here, 2 USB-C ports here, and you also get 2 more USB-C ports here, as well as cup holders. It's a nice pass-through here that you can use as well. And the materials back here are pretty good, and you can move these seats forward or back to give the third row more space. I'm surprised there aren't any privacy shades in the back, but still pretty nice. The third row has plenty of space back here. Legroom is really good. Headroom's all right if you're under 6 foot tall. These seats also recline, and it's a theater seating setup, so you look over top these seats. So you can actually still see out the windshield in case you get motion sick, and you also get your USB-C ports back here and cup holders. Opening the trunk of the Armada, you do get 20 cubic feet of space behind the third row. You do get air suspension, so you can lower the vehicle to get better access, and then you can click these buttons to fold the third row down, which means you get 56 cubic feet of space. You also get a 120 volt outlet there, and you can fold the second row with a click of a button, and that opens to 97 cubic feet of space, which is fully flat, very easy, no fuss, and you also get a little bit of storage under here as well. No exhaust tips in the back, but you do get a spare tire underneath. The Nissan Armada doesn't try to reinvent the full-size SUV, and that's a good thing. What it does is bring everything up to speed. A solid powertrain, modern tech, real comfort, and a surprising amount of luxury, all without going over the top in any one area. It's very well balanced, and it kind of better be, because it is $106,000 in Canada and $82,000 in the US as spec. It's not the flashiest or the cheapest, but it feels solid and thoroughly thought through. It's ready for everyday life and everything you throw at it. And honestly, it's the most complete Armada I've ever seen. And for a brand that's been flying under the radar in the segment, it feels like a turning point. Nissan's not just catching up, they're quietly building something competitive again. And if this is what their comeback looks like, I'm all for it. That's all, guys. Thanks for watching.